coordinate a few things before we get started. It's nice to see the sun out this morning. Thank you all for your help yesterday and today. We just barely made it getting stuff organized. So. Well, a couple safety things first. We have a first aid kit. It'll be at the information, that small card table over there, so if anybody needs it, it's there. We have 2 fire extinguishers, 1 Halon and 1 ABC, and a third one here. So we have 1 here and we have 2 out by the generator. There's caution tape around. Any visitors should stay inside of the caution tape. Okay, well, just review a couple things and then we'll open it up to questions. We're going to log everything using the software we have, right? And the exchange, the information we pass on to our contacts and the information we need to get from them to make a valid contact are 3 things. We need, from them, we need their correct call sign, and you can ask for it in phonetics if you can't hear it clearly. We need their section, that's the ARL section, and there must be about maybe 80 sections in the United States. For example, we're in Western Washington, 77 sections. So, and that'll usually be delivered as initials. SJV, for example, is San Joaquin Valley, right? So that's another thing we need to record. The third thing we need to record is their field A class. So it'll be a number plus an alphabetic character. 1E, I think, would be somebody operating at home on commercial power. We're operating 3 alpha or 3A, 3 simultaneous stations operating with a club on emergency power. And that doesn't include our GOTA station or our VHF station. So we actually have 5 on that stuff. And all of that stuff gets entered into the computers. The computers are already set up. They're set to UTC time, so 1800 hours. UTC is 11 o'clock. So when we start logging, they'll all be... and I would prefer that you log the contacts right away rather than put them on paper and put them in later, because then the timing will be wrong. But if we have to, for example, if one of the computers goes down, you have forms that you can log on paper and we can transfer them later. As you switch bands, if you're sitting at a radio and you decide to use a different antenna or a different band, then you have to change the logging software to record that, right? So the logging software is aware of who the operator is, what band you're operating on, and what mode, right? And the mode will be either, I think it says SSB for sideband, for voice, CW for Morse code, and probably digital will be recorded as CW as well. Okay, all voice things are considered phone, CW and digital. Okay. Periodically, after you've made a run of contacts, we want to do a backup, because if we lose that file, then we lose all those contacts. So there's a way in the software to do a backup, probably a menu pick somewhere. So I would say do that periodically, at least once an hour. Make sure the file name is different from the last backup you did, that kind of stuff. We're going to collect, depending upon how the days go, we'll go around and look over your shoulder and we'll see what sections you've worked and we'll record them here on the map. So we'll kind of have a running log of what provinces and what states we've worked and all that kind of stuff.
One more logistics. Restroom.
Oh yeah, there's a restroom back here. There is a cooler with soda and water, and I think it's on the deck. There's a deck behind the house, which is where we're going to eat around 5:30. But you're welcome to go back there and grab anything that's out there to drink. You might have noticed over there I printed out some charts showing population this month. I think one is for 4 and it shows that as you get later into the day, the propagation improves substantially. So let's start with the people who are responsible for the tents and to see what their plans are if they have any issues. Like Rich is the chairman for our VHF UHF station, so he's got a station in there. If you haven't seen his radio in a box, his mobile radio thing, you want to stop by and see that. And there'll be times when Rich is going to want to do something else, probably operate and do things. So if you want to help out by manning that station, we appreciate that. Alan?
I'm going to be logging both the digital and the GOTA with the computer there. And the other digital computer, the Mac, is just strictly for digital. Right. Anybody wants to come and see how that works. My screen's a little faded out right now. We're going to work on that a little bit. Got 2 chairs coming out there, and
Okay.
the exchange for the GOTA station, it's separate from the regular station. It's N7MU
That's right.
instead of K7 CST.
And the reason for that is because he may be on the same bands that you are on.
You can work N7. Only people though that are novices techs or non-licensed,
Right.
and
Or people who are
inactive.
inactive. For example, John doesn't have HF
Right.
here. So the optimum thing would be for those people to work up to 20 contacts. When you get 20 contacts, then we get double the points for you. Okay? And we get double already because you're a GOTA person. Right? So when the Boy Scouts come, we want to make sure that they get on the air. If they're pretty good at it, we'll let them try to run up to 20. I would say if we have a lot of people, a lot of visitors, a lot of people standing around who want to operate, we might want to limit the amount of time each person operates to half an hour.
Okay.
And give them multiple slots. So as we have visitors during the day, we especially want to make sure they get to operate the radio if they want to. Be aware that we have amateur radio materials as a sign-up list for upcoming classes in the fall. So anybody who shows any interest, show them the books, or at least make them aware of the books, the sign-up list. We have a Morse hands-on operation here with scrape keys and keyers if the kids want to play around, or the adults want to play around with it. With the antennas, we have some that are pretty close to one another, and there are some that are probably going to be a problem if we use them at the same time. So the people who are the chairs for the tents, you'll have to coordinate with your peers about what antenna you're using. For example, we have a 40-meter dipole that crosses within about 8 feet of the top of the vertical. So, yeah, okay, all right, we're ready to go.
193, huh?
Bravo 6, Zebra, Quebec to Zebra. WB6 Zebra, Quebec to Zebra.
Charlie Sierra. Kilo 7, Charlie Sierra Tango, Western Washington 3 Alpha.
Bravo 6, Zebra, Quebec to Zebra.
What do you want to do? You want to head down or?
Sure, go ahead. Trying to think of where a good place to park and call for a while. We've been just searching and pouncing.